Welcome to English Practice Every Day. In this video, we will practice consonant-consonant connection of words. Before we start practice, I will reiterate, meaning repeat, 4 rules that I mentioned in lesson 5 regarding special cases of consonants ending with T and ED. Rule 1. When a word ends with 2 consonants, with the ending consonant being T, you can safely push it onto the next word, omitting T completely. For example, gift pack, pronounced as gift pack. Gift pack is pronounced as gift pack. Gift pack. Left side would be pronounced as left side. Left side. Most people would be pronounced as most people. Most people. Rule 2. Same goes for when ed is joined to the sounds p, ch, k, f, s, and sh. Ed is to be pronounced as t and not as d or as it. For example, asked pronounced as asked, not asked or asked. Again, asked is pronounced as asked and not asked or asked. So, asked for would be pronounced as asked for and would become ask for. Again, asked for would be pronounced as asked for and would become ask for. Hoped is pronounced as hoped and not hoped. So, hoped nothing, pronounced as hoped nothing, would become hope nothing. Rule 3. This rule changes when ed is joined to the sounds b, j, g, d, the sound of the in the, and z as in zebra. Here, ed is pronounced as d and not as t, as in earlier rule, and certainly not id or ud. For example, mobbed, pronounced as mobbed and not mopped, or mobbed or mobbed. Mobbed them would be pronounced as mop them, omitting ed. Mobbed them would be pronounced as mop them. Begged would be pronounced as begged and not baked, baked, or begged or baked. So, begged for would be pronounced as beg for. Rule 4. Another pronunciation rule that we will practice is after D and T, ed is pronounced as id. For example, raided pronounced as raided. Guarded pronounced as guarded. Succeeded is pronounced as succeeded. Waited is pronounced as waited. Now, with all 4 rules in mind, let's go to practice. Please repeat after me. Omitting ed. Grabbed my would be pronounced as grab my. Grabbed my would be pronounced as grab my. Grab my. Grabbed just would be grab just. Grab just. Rubbed some would be rub some. Rub some. Bribed them would be bribe them. Bribe them. Disturbed you would be disturb you. Disturb you. Absorbed half would be absorb half. Absorb half. Robbed people would be rob people. Rob people. Bribed children would be bribe children. Bribe children. Absorbed water would be absorb water. Absorb water. Absorbed nothing would be absorb nothing. Absorb nothing. Attached form would be attach form. Attach form. Scratched just would be scratch just. Scratch just. Sketched very would be sketch very, sketch very. Marched back would be march back, march back. Reached down would be reach down, reach down. Clutched tightly would be clutch tightly, clutch tightly. Coached people would be coach people, coach people. Coached children would be coach children, coach children. Marched towards would be march towards, march towards. Searched carefully would be search carefully, search carefully. Reached last would be reach last, reach last. Fetched more would be fetch more, fetch more. Touched near would be touch near, touch near. Watched your would be watch your, watch your. Reached home would be reach home, reach home. Touched things would be touch things, touch things. Attached some would be attach some, attach some. Reached where would be reach where, reach where. Snatched those would be snatch those, snatch those. Approached rather would be approach rather, approach rather. Liked to would be like to, like to. Hoped for would be hope for, hope for. Worked for would be work for, work for. Escaped to would be escape to, escape to. Typed your would be type your, type your. Walked wary would be walk wary, walk wary. Gripped very would be grip wary, grip wary. Shaped like would be shape like, shape like. Stopped thinking would be stop thinking, stop thinking. Stopped hurting would be stop hurting, stop hurting. Rigged the would be rig the, rig the. Begged for would be beg for, beg for. Bragged to would be brag to, brag to. Dragged half would be drag half, drag half. Hugged none would be hug none, hug none. Bogged down would be bog down, bog down. Plugged more would be plug more, plug more. Clogged pipes would be clog pipes, clog pipes. Lagged behind would be lag behind, lag behind. Drugged some would be drug some, drug some. Stuffed the would be stuff the, stuff the. Looked hurt would be look hurt, look hurt. Sagged with would be sag with, sag with. Looked new would be look new, look new. Scoffed very would be scoff very, scoff very. Picked short would be pick short, pick short. Sniffed round would be sniff round, sniff round. Shrugged your would be shrug your, shrug your. Begged repeatedly would be beg repeatedly, beg repeatedly. Coughed continuously would be cough continuously, cough continuously. Omitting T. Adopt new would be adopt new, adopt new. Accept my would be accept my, accept my. Accept gifts would be accept gifts, accept gifts. Accept some would be accept some, accept some. Corrupt judge would be corrupt judge, corrupt judge. Interrupt them would be interrupt them, interrupt them. Adopt children would be adopt children, adopt children. Corrupt person would be corrupt person, corrupt person. Manuscript was would be manuscript was, manuscript was. Manuscript should would be manuscript should, manuscript should. Select good would be select good, select good. Act decisively would be act decisively, act decisively. Direct contact would be direct contact, direct contact. Perfect justice would be perfect justice, perfect justice. Accept defeat would be accept defeat, accept defeat. Accept before would be accept before, accept before. Concept came would be concept came, concept came. Perfect picture would be perfect picture, perfect picture. Perfect balance would be perfect balance, perfect balance. Distinct changes would be distinct changes, distinct changes. Protect the would be protect the, protect the. Collect lots would be collect lots, collect lots. Select your would be select your, select your. Reject some would be reject some, reject some. Contract was would be contract was, contract was. Direct method would be direct method, direct method. Incorrect report would be incorrect report, incorrect report. Left just would be left just, left just. Left hand would be left hand, left hand. Theft was would be theft was, theft was. First show would be first show, first show. Left things would be left things, left things. Draft letter would be draft letter, draft letter. Gift packet would be gift packet, gift packet. Soft cheese would be soft cheese, soft cheese. Craft teacher would be craft teacher, craft teacher. Swift decision would be swift decision, swift decision. That's all for this session. We will continue this practice in one more session. Please keep practicing on your diction and accurate pronunciations. Bye for now.